Today, we'd like to share something truly eye-opening with you. Something that could transform the way you approach aging and health after 65. You see, living a long and healthy life isn't just about following the usual advice of drinking more water or exercising regularly. While those are important, they're far from the full picture. After experiencing illness ourselves, we discovered that there are 5 key practices that can make all the difference in maintaining a vibrant life well into your later years. And these 5 things are what we're going to reveal today. But first, let's ask a critical question. How can middle-aged individuals, especially those moving past 65, truly protect themselves from the diseases that seem to creep up with age? Many people will tell you to drink more water or stay active, and while that's certainly helpful, the reality is that relying on these tips alone is not enough. The true secret to lasting health lies in understanding what we're about to share with you. 5 crucial principles that go far beyond the typical advice. Before we dive into this life-changing information, we kindly ask for your support. If you find this video helpful, give it a thumbs up. It helps us keep bringing you valuable content about living a healthier, longer life. And if you haven't yet subscribed to our channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of our future insights. As always, your feedback matters to us. If you enjoy this video, comment with a number 1, and if you think there's something we can improve, leave a number 0 so we can tailor future content to better serve you. Now let's get real. As we grow older, one fact becomes impossible to ignore. Life's inevitable conclusion is drawing nearer. However, the quality of those final years is something we have the power to shape. We don't just want to exist in our later years, we want to thrive. But how do we prevent illness? How do we keep ourselves from falling into the trap of deteriorating health? While many people swear by staying hydrated and keeping fit, the reality is, once you hit a certain age, is that really all it takes? In truth, there's more to the story. Did you know that drinking too much water can actually harm your kidneys and dilute essential electrolytes in your bloodstream? This can lead to dangerous conditions like hyponatremia or hypokalemia. Similarly, while exercise is important, too much physical exertion can cause injuries and joint problems, particularly for older adults who may not recover as quickly as they once did. That's why, after battling illness, many older individuals come to a deeper understanding. Health is not just about water and exercise. It's about much more than that. And that's exactly what we're going to dive into with the 5 essential principles you need to know. So, if you're ready to discover the real path to health and longevity after 65, let's get started. First of all, we want to mention to you that you have to maintain good quality sleep as a crucial part of your overall well-being. As the years pass, the importance of sleep grows even more significant, yet many overlook this vital aspect of their health. The body, as it ages, requires proper rest to restore itself fully, both mentally and physically. Sleep is not merely a break from activity, but a time when your body heals, regenerates, and strengthens itself. Think of it as recharging your entire system. Without enough rest, you're running on half a battery, which leads to problems down the line. Consider the story of Frank, a man who, for much of his life, convinced himself that he could get by on just a few hours of sleep. Frank was always staying up late, either working, catching up on shows, or scrolling through his phone long after he should have been in bed. He thought he was being productive, but what he didn't realize was that this habit was slowly eating away at his energy, his health, and even his mood. It wasn't until his body began showing signs of fatigue and burnout that he finally realized something needed to change. As you age, it becomes more critical to pay attention to the signals your body is giving you. Your ability to bounce back from late nights or lack of sleep diminishes over time. Frank, like so many others, found this out the hard way. After years of sleep deprivation, he noticed that he was more irritable, his focus had diminished, and he was frequently getting sick. This is what happens when you don't give your body the time it needs to recover. Sleep isn't just about rest, it's about restoration, and without it, you're slowly wearing yourself down. We can't stress enough how important it is to establish a regular sleep routine. Going to bed and waking up at the same time every day, even on weekends, helps your body find its natural rhythm. It's about creating consistency so that your body knows when it's time to wind down and when it's time to wake up. Frank, for instance, had to relearn this rhythm. After years of sporadic sleep, it took time. But once he committed to going to bed earlier and waking up at the same time each morning, his body began to respond positively. He felt more refreshed, his energy returned, and he noticed a significant improvement in his overall health. One of the most profound effects of sleep deprivation is its impact on your mood. When you're not sleeping enough, everything feels heavier, more overwhelming. You might find yourself snapping at loved ones, feeling down for no apparent reason, or struggling to find joy in things you usually love. Frank experienced this firsthand. He became distant, less engaged in his relationships, and more stressed than ever. And it wasn't because he didn't care. It was because his body and mind were deprived of the rest they desperately needed. You may have noticed something similar in your own life. Maybe you felt more anxious or less motivated lately. Perhaps you found it harder to focus at work or stay present in conversations. These are all signs that your body is running on empty. When we talk about sleep, we're not just talking about hours spent lying in bed. We're talking about deep, restorative sleep that allows your body to heal, reset, and prepare for the day ahead. Frank eventually learned that sleep is about creating the right environment as much as it is about the amount of time spent resting. He began winding down an hour before bed, turning off his phone and TV, and engaging in activities that relaxed his mind. Whether it was reading a book, listening to calming music, or practicing gentle stretches, these routines helped signal to his body that it was time to rest. And the difference was remarkable. He fell asleep faster, stayed asleep longer, and woke up feeling truly rejuvenated. We want to make it clear that your health hinges on the quality of your sleep. It's not just a matter of getting through the day without feeling exhausted. It's about long-term well-being. Frank's experience with frequent illnesses was directly linked to his lack of sleep. The immune system is heavily impacted by rest, and without adequate sleep, your body struggles to fend off infections and illnesses. When Frank finally committed to improving his sleep habits, he noticed a sharp decline in the number of colds and flus he caught each year. Think about how different your days would be if you consistently woke up feeling energized and clear-headed. This is the real benefit of prioritizing sleep. You're giving yourself the chance to start each day from a place of strength rather than exhaustion. Frank's productivity at work improved, but more importantly, his outlook on life shifted. He was more present, more engaged, and more joyful. It wasn't just about avoiding burnout. It was about thriving. We know that breaking the cycle of poor sleep habits isn't easy. For many of us, staying up late has become a way of life, whether it's to finish tasks or unwind after a long day. But we're here to tell you that those extra hours of wakefulness are costing you more than you realize. Frank used to believe that staying up late was the only time he had for himself. But once he adjusted his routine and started getting enough sleep, he realized he had more energy to enjoy his days fully, without needing to sacrifice his nights. There's a misconception that sleep is something we can catch up on later, that if we just push through now, we'll make up for it on the weekend. But the truth is, sleep isn't something you can bank. It's a daily requirement. Every night you don't get enough rest is another night your body isn't able to fully recover. And over time, that adds up. Frank's realization came too late to reverse some of the damage, but he was able to prevent further harm by making sleep a priority. There's a misconception that sleep is something we can catch up on later, that if we just push through now, we'll make up for it on the weekend. But the truth is, sleep isn't something you can bank. It's a daily requirement. Every night you don't get enough rest is another night your body isn't able to fully recover. And over time, that adds up. Frank's realization came too late to reverse some of the damage, but he was able to prevent further harm by making sleep a priority. The changes in Frank's life didn't happen overnight, and we want you to remember that it's okay if it takes time to adjust. Start with small steps. Set a bedtime, create a relaxing pre-sleep routine, and most importantly, stick with it. Your body will need time to find its rhythm, but once it does, the rewards are well worth the effort. You'll notice improvements not just in how you feel physically, but in your emotional and mental health as well. We all want to age gracefully, to maintain our health and energy as we get older. But without good sleep, that's much harder to achieve. As you get older, your body's ability to bounce back from poor sleep diminishes. The aches and pains become more noticeable, the mental fog thicker. Frank discovered that prioritizing sleep was one of the best decisions he could make for his long-term health. It allowed him to regain control over his life, both physically and mentally. We hope you'll take this lesson to heart. Sleep is a powerful tool for longevity, vitality, and happiness. Frank's story is a reminder that no matter how long you've neglected rest, it's never too late to make a change. Sleep doesn't just restore your energy for the next day. It strengthens your immune system, sharpens your mind, and improves your overall quality of life. Make it a priority, and you'll see the difference it can make. Now, in this part, let us explain to you about cultivating a good temper and positive attitude in old age. You see, as we grow older, life has already offered us a series of lessons. We've navigated challenges, faced setbacks, and overcome obstacles. By the time we reach the later stages of life, we've learned that there's little use in allowing negative emotions to dominate our mindset. Imagine someone named Frank, a 70-year-old man who has spent most of his life working tirelessly, raising a family, and dealing with all the ups and downs that come with it. Frank has seen both triumphs and struggles, but now, as he enters his retirement years, he realizes that his attitude shapes his everyday experiences more than ever before. Frank used to be quick to anger when things didn't go his way. If his plans were disrupted, or if someone disagreed with him, his temper would flare. But now, in his older years, Frank is learning the value of cultivating patience. It didn't happen overnight. There was a moment when his grandchildren came over, excited and loud as children often are, and for the first time, instead of getting irritated, Frank paused and thought, "Is this worth losing my peace over?" He realized that the noise wasn't something to be upset about. It was a reminder of the joy and energy youth brings. By adjusting his temper, Frank was able to embrace these small moments with gratitude rather than frustration. We all know that life continues to throw challenges our way, even in old age. Whether it's health issues, financial concerns, or simply adapting to a slower pace of life, difficulties don't vanish as we get older. But what does change is how we approach these problems. A positive attitude can turn obstacles into opportunities for growth. Frank learned this when he was diagnosed with arthritis. Instead of sinking into a spiral of negativity, he made a conscious decision to look at it differently. He began to see his condition as a signal from his body to slow down and take care of himself. Frank started swimming at the local pool, enjoying a new form of exercise, and found that his pain was more manageable when he focused on what he could do, rather than what he couldn't. This shift in mindset has powerful effects not only on how we feel, but also on our physical health. When we dwell on negative thoughts, stress levels rise, and this can have a detrimental impact on our well-being. Frank noticed that whenever he allowed stress and frustration to take over, his blood pressure would spike and his arthritis pain would worsen. But on days when he focused on the positive aspects of his life, his loving family, the simple pleasures of a sunny day, the quiet moments of reflection, his body seemed to follow suit, becoming more relaxed and at ease. It's important to remember that maintaining a positive attitude doesn't mean ignoring the challenges. We're not suggesting that we should pretend everything is perfect or dismiss our hardships. Instead, it's about choosing how we respond to them. Frank still faces difficulties. There are days when his arthritis flares up more than usual, or when he feels lonely because his children are busy with their own lives. But he has developed a new habit. Whenever he feels negativity creeping in, he pauses, takes a deep breath, and asks himself, "How can I see this differently?" This simple question has changed how Frank experiences life. By reframing his perspective, he finds that the weight of his problems feels lighter. Let's not forget that attitude is contagious. Just as negativity can spread to those around us, so can a positive outlook. Frank's wife, Maria, noticed how his mood had shifted over the years. At first, she was skeptical, thinking that it was just a phase, but over time, she saw how his calm and optimistic demeanor began to influence her as well. She started to approach her own worries about aging, about their grandchildren's future, with a similar sense of calm. Together, they found that their home became more peaceful, a place where they could focus on the joys of life rather than its difficulties. Now, imagine how different life feels when we approach it with a good temper and positive attitude. When we no longer let the small annoyances of daily life disrupt our peace, we make room for the beauty of each day to shine through. Whether we're spending time with family, pursuing a hobby, or simply enjoying a quiet moment, a positive attitude enhances our experience, allowing us to appreciate life's richness in ways we might have overlooked before. Frank also learned the importance of gratitude in maintaining his positive outlook. Every morning, before starting his day, he would reflect on 3 things he was grateful for. Some days, it was something as simple as a cup of coffee or the sound of birds outside his window. Other days, it was deeper, like the realization that he had a loving family or that he was still capable of doing things he enjoyed. This practice of gratitude kept his mind focused on the positive aspects of life, even when challenges arose. We can all take a lesson from Frank's journey. In old age, life doesn't have to feel like a series of burdens. By nurturing a good temper and positive outlook, we can transform how we experience each moment. It's not about denying the difficulties, but about choosing to face them with resilience, patience, and an optimistic heart. After all, whether we spend our day in frustration or joy, the same 24 hours pass. Why not choose to fill those hours with thoughts and attitudes that uplift us? And remember, a good mood doesn't just affect your emotions, it influences your entire life. When Frank started cultivating positivity, he noticed that his relationships improved. His grandchildren enjoyed spending more time with him because he was more patient and playful. His wife found comfort in his calmness. Even his neighbors began to comment on how pleasant he had become. Frank wasn't just changing his attitude for himself. He was creating a ripple effect, influencing those around him with his newfound sense of peace. So as we move forward in life, let us remind ourselves that we hold the power to shape our experiences. It's not about the external circumstances, but how we choose to respond to them. By cultivating a good temper and maintaining a positive attitude, we open ourselves to a life filled with greater joy, deeper connections, and a sense of peace that carries us through whatever challenges may come our way. The third thing is, you know what? Care for your digestive health becomes more important as you age, and it's something many of us tend to overlook. When your digestive system is functioning well, your body absorbs nutrients more efficiently, your energy levels are more stable, and your overall well-being improves. It's more than just avoiding discomfort after meals. It's about laying the groundwork for a healthy, vibrant life. Think of it as the engine that keeps everything running smoothly. Without a healthy gut, other parts of your body begin to feel the strain. So taking the time to care for your digestion is really about investing in your longevity and quality of life. It's a simple yet powerful way to support your body in the long run. Let's talk about portion control, because how much you eat matters just as much as what you eat. Eating smaller portions is one of the easiest ways to take care of your digestive system. When we consistently eat too much, we put unnecessary pressure on our gut, which leads to problems like bloating, indigestion, and over time, more serious health concerns. It's not about depriving yourself, but about being mindful of when your body has had enough. Stopping at around 80% full can help you find that sweet spot where you feel satisfied but not overly stuffed. This gives your digestive system the room it needs to function properly without being overwhelmed by excess food. It's a small change that can have a lasting effect on how you feel after meals and throughout the day. Now, we can't overlook the impact of the kinds of foods you eat either. Fast food, fried meals, and snacks loaded with sugar and salt are some of the biggest offenders when it comes to upsetting your digestive health. These types of foods are hard for your body to break down, and they often lead to inflammation, slowing down your digestion and causing problems like acid reflux or stomach discomfort. We all enjoy these foods occasionally, but if they become regular parts of your diet, they can wreak havoc on your system. Instead, it's wise to focus on fresh, wholesome options like vegetables, lean proteins such as chicken and fish, and nutrient-packed foods like eggs. These choices are easier for your gut to process, helping you absorb the vitamins and minerals your body needs to stay healthy and energetic. It's not just about eliminating unhealthy options. It's about making room for the things that nourish your body and help you feel your best. Another area we need to touch on is the importance of avoiding processed and packaged foods. Many of these products are filled with preservatives, artificial ingredients, and excessive calories that do more harm than good. As we age, our digestive systems become more sensitive, and it's harder for the body to handle these artificial additives. Organ meats, high-calorie sweets, and spoiled foods should also be avoided as they can upset the balance in your gut, leading to a variety of digestive issues. Fresh, unprocessed foods, on the other hand, provide your body with the necessary fuel it needs to run efficiently. By choosing these foods, you not only support your digestion, but also protect yourself from the negative effects that come from processed or spoiled products. It's about making thoughtful choices that benefit your health today and in the future. Lastly, one of the most overlooked but essential habits is establishing a consistent eating schedule. Eating 3 balanced meals a day at roughly the same time each day gives your digestive system a rhythm to follow. Your body thrives on routine, and when you eat regularly, it allows your digestive system to work more efficiently, breaking down food and absorbing nutrients at a steady pace. Irregular eating patterns or skipping meals can confuse your body, leading to slower digestion and discomfort. Setting a meal schedule also helps regulate your metabolism, keeping your energy levels stable throughout the day. By incorporating regular meals into your routine, you create a healthy cycle for your body, one that supports not only your digestive health, but your overall well-being as you age. When you're older, the thing most important is your health. It becomes a foundation upon which everything else rests. Your ability to enjoy life, connect with others, and pursue your passions all depends on how well you take care of your body as it ages. This is why maintaining healthy bones and joints must be a priority. As the years go by, conditions like osteoporosis creep in, weakening what was once strong. Suddenly, the slightest fall, or even something as simple as a sneeze, could lead to a fracture. That's a frightening prospect, isn't it? But the good news is that this is something we can manage with the right approach. First and foremost, calcium plays a crucial role in keeping your bones strong. This is where we need to focus. But it's not just about increasing calcium intake, it's about making sure your body can properly absorb it. And for that, vitamin D is key. Spending time in the sun, even just 15 minutes a day, can make a world of difference. Sunlight triggers vitamin D synthesis in your skin, which in turn helps your body absorb calcium more effectively. It's simple, natural, and incredibly beneficial. So don't underestimate the power of a good walk in the sun. Your bones will thank you for it. Now, when we talk about bones and joints, we also need to think about movement. Staying active is one of the best ways to maintain joint flexibility and bone strength. Gentle exercises like walking, swimming, or yoga not only keep your joints from stiffening, but also help preserve bone density. And it's never too late to start. Even if you haven't been active in the past, incorporating regular movement into your routine now can make a big difference in how you feel as you continue to age. But alongside physical activity, we can't ignore the importance of proper medical care. This is where nurturing knowledge and investing in health comes into play. As you age, it's essential to arm yourself with information about the health challenges that could arise. We're not suggesting you should worry unnecessarily, but being informed allows you to be proactive. It means you know what to watch out for, what screenings you should be getting, and how to detect issues before they become serious problems. Regular checkups should become a non-negotiable part of your routine. These are not just about managing existing conditions, they're about prevention. For example, bone density scans can help identify the early stages of osteoporosis, allowing you to take steps to strengthen your bones before significant damage occurs. Screenings for high-risk diseases like heart disease, diabetes, and cancer can catch issues early when they are much easier to treat. In many cases, early intervention can make the difference between a short, manageable treatment and a long, complicated illness. And here's something important to consider. Investing in your health is one of the smartest financial decisions you can make. You might hesitate to spend money on regular health checkups, supplements, or therapies, but think about it this way. What's more costly, preventative care or dealing with a serious health issue down the road? By spending wisely on your health now, you're buying yourself more time and energy to enjoy life, free from the burden of illness and discomfort. We also need to emphasize the role of nutrition in keeping bones and joints healthy. A well-balanced diet, rich in calcium and vitamin D, is essential. Dairy products, leafy greens, almonds, and fortified foods are great sources of calcium. Meanwhile, fatty fish like salmon, egg yolks, and fortified foods can boost your vitamin D levels. When you combine this with the right supplements, if necessary, you're giving your body the tools it needs to stay strong. Hydration, too, plays an often overlooked role in joint health. Your joints are cushioned by cartilage, which is largely made up of water. Dehydration can cause that cushioning to thin, leading to stiffness and pain. So, drinking enough water is a simple but effective way to keep your joints moving smoothly. As we focus on maintaining healthy bones and joints, it's crucial to remember that mental health plays a significant role in physical well-being. Stress, for example, can take a toll on your body, weakening your immune system and even contributing to bone loss. So, practices that reduce stress, such as mindfulness, meditation, or even spending time with loved ones, are just as important as physical exercise when it comes to maintaining health as you age. Sleep is another pillar of health that shouldn't be ignored. Your body repairs itself during sleep, and that includes your bones and joints. Poor sleep quality can accelerate the aging process, leading to a greater risk of osteoporosis and joint problems. Maintaining good sleep hygiene by going to bed at the same time each night, creating a relaxing bedtime routine, and avoiding screens before bed can improve the quality of your sleep and help your body repair and regenerate. Now, imagine a woman who has drawn from her own life experiences to live an active and fulfilling retirement, even without living with her children. After her husband passed away, her children, out of concern for her loneliness, took turns having her live with them. Initially, she was delighted to be surrounded by her loved ones, constantly immersed in the warmth of family. But as time passed, something shifted. Conflicts began to surface. Differences in lifestyle, opinions, and generational expectations started to create friction. After a major disagreement with her son, she decided to return to her old home, and it was there, alone, that she realized how much she had interfered in her children's lives, sometimes to the point of smothering them. This realization sparked a profound change in her. She recognized that living an active and fulfilling life didn't mean always being surrounded by family. In fact, sometimes space and independence can create healthier dynamics, both for her and her children. Her story teaches us that even in retirement, personal growth continues. She embraced solitude as an opportunity for self-reflection and found new ways to stay active without imposing herself on her children's lives. This is a powerful reminder for anyone entering their later years to find joy and fulfillment in one's own pursuits while still nurturing meaningful relationships. Let's turn our attention to health, particularly as it relates to aging. We often hear about the importance of paying attention to how our body feels in the morning, and that's for good reason. If you're waking up with a burst of energy, feeling fresh and optimistic, it's often a sign that your vital organs, like the liver, kidneys, and lungs, are functioning well. It's a reflection that your body is still working efficiently, providing that youthful vitality. On the other hand, waking up tired, sluggish, or emotionally drained, even after a full night's rest, is a warning signal. Your body may be telling you something deeper is wrong, and it's critical to listen to these signs early before they manifest into more serious health issues. An equally important indicator of health is your complexion upon waking. If you're noticing a radiant, rosy glow in the morning, it's a sign that your internal systems are in harmony. But if your face looks pale or grayish, if your skin feels rough, or if there's swelling, these are all red flags. Swelling, especially around the face or legs, could indicate issues with kidney function. The kidneys play a vital role in managing water and electrolytes in the body, and when they're not performing well, water retention becomes an issue, leading to swelling. More alarmingly, swelling in the lower limbs could also point to cardiovascular problems, which means timely medical checkups are essential. As we age, we must accept that our bodies are changing. Take Mr. Lee, for instance. He's 70 years old now, and though he used to drink plenty of water and exercise daily in his 60s, he's scaled back. His daughter often encourages him to drink more water and keep exercising, but Mr. Lee has learned to adjust his habits. Drinking too much water at his age disrupts his sleep with frequent trips to the bathroom, and his knees aren't what they used to be, making long walks painful. This doesn't mean he's neglecting his health. He's simply adapting to his current abilities. Doctors emphasize that older adults need to modify their health routines to match their bodies' changing needs. Hydration and exercise are still important, but the intensity and volume should be tailored to individual limitations. After 60, it's not always about doing more, but about doing what's right for your body. This wisdom can add years to your life, while ensuring those years are lived in comfort and health. One of the most important practices for longevity is ensuring quality sleep. As we age, the body's need for restorative sleep becomes even more crucial. It's during these deep sleep cycles that our body repairs itself, balances hormones, and strengthens the immune system. A regular sleep schedule, going to bed early and rising with the sun, can make a world of difference. Sleep is the foundation upon which all other healthy habits are built. Equally essential is maintaining a positive mindset. For those over 60, it's important to find joy in life without pushing themselves beyond their limits. While some believe in exercising heavily to maintain youth, this can backfire, especially for those with underlying health conditions. Stressing the body with too much physical exertion can do more harm than good. Instead, it's about finding a balance between activity and rest, accepting your current abilities, and being gentle with yourself. As mobility slows with age, it's important to embrace this change gracefully. Moving more slowly, whether it's getting out of bed, walking, or even eating, is not a sign of weakness, but rather wisdom. Slower, more deliberate movements reduce the risk of injury and allow the body to function more efficiently in its new state. It's a small but powerful adjustment that can make a big difference. In your later years, avoiding stimulants becomes more important than ever. Smoking, heavy drinking, and even excessive caffeine intake can strain the body in ways that are particularly harmful as we age. Cutting out these habits not only prolongs life, but dramatically improves its quality. The body simply doesn't recover as quickly from these vices, making it crucial to eliminate them as soon as possible. A healthy diet is another cornerstone of aging well. For those over 60, nutrition plays a more vital role than ever. It's no longer just about staying full, it's about giving your body the right kind of fuel. Avoid heavily processed foods and focus on meals rich in nutrients. Fresh fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and healthy fats provide the sustenance your body needs without overwhelming your digestive system. Many assume happiness in old age comes from having money or perfect health, but research suggests that happiness often peaks between the ages of 65 and 70. This is the time when many have retired from the pressures of work, allowing them to focus on life's simple pleasures. With fewer external distractions, they can invest in relationships, hobbies, and most importantly, inner peace. This period of life is no longer about pursuing wealth or status. It's about embracing what truly matters: health, family, and time. Health becomes the ultimate form of wealth, and without it, all the material gains in the world seem insignificant. It's a lesson for all generations to prioritize well-being over ambition and to find contentment in life's smaller moments. In the end, the key to aging well is balance, knowing when to push and when to rest, accepting the natural changes in your body, and cherishing the moments of joy that come with every stage of life. The wisdom that comes with age isn't just about knowing more. It's about understanding that happiness and health are intertwined in ways we only begin to appreciate in our later years.